Hello, who's ever there? What's up, Jeff? Bill and Val, how's it going? Comment ça va? Can y'all hear me? All right, Eric's here.
Hey, what's going on? Is there a volume? We can turn that down.
Yes, the electricity is on. Oh, there we go. Hold on, Eric. Oh, wrong one. That's not that bad. Try talking again, Eric.
You there?
Yeah. It's a little loud, but it ain't nothing major.
Back up away from the computer some.
There you go. That's better. We tried out the StreamYard, the free app, the free portion of the app to be able to live stream. I think we can do up to 6 different people and also have 20 hours a week sharing with it. 20 hours a month. So we're checking it out, see how it's working, and glad to see we got a couple people in here already.
Yeah, like Jeff's in.
Bill and Val's allotment.
All right.
They talk funny from the other side of the pond.
Yeah. We all talk funny.
I talk funny. Oh, man.
I was just waking up from a nap.
I just finished putting the baby down for the nap. Bill, your tractor's doing great, but I put a brand new battery on it yesterday. Not yesterday, right before the storm. So about a week ago. It's working perfect. Perfect. I might even run it today. So I did get, 5 pepper plants potted yesterday, like Eric does in the pot and everything.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you bring them in the house, or are you still outside?
No, they're still outside yet. I have a couple more things I need to do as far as putting that plastic down for the grow room and the grow tent and kind of put it together. Bill, the dragon fruit took a lick for the storm. I got a bunch of new dragon fruit cuttings all over the place.
Wind's starting to pick up here a little bit, looks like.
Yeah, the queen's on. Get to work. I'm working it. Yeah, that looks like it'd be pretty cool.
Man, it's a nice day out today here.
Anybody got questions about the storm? Me and Eric talked about it a little bit already. Oh Lord, it's almost 6 days with no power.
Yeah,
worked great. Drinking my drink. Girl, you're supposed to be working, not watching videos. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I haven't been live for a long time.
$61's the high?
I don't know what it is, but I think it's probably about 70 something here.
Yeah. I had a long sleeve shirt with the long sleeve shirt on today. It was in the 60s when I woke up this morning. I was freezing. It done got hot. Bill, the greenhouses, I'm hoping to have the raised beds in the backyard filled today. Well, not today. I was working on them. I'm behind because of the storm and with the storm, the kids ain't been in school. I'm trying to get the raised beds in the backyard completed. Then I'll be back working on the greenhouses. The kids go back to school tomorrow, so I'll be messing with that. I live in Louisiana, and Eric lives in Indiana.
Yep.
15, 1,600 miles, I think, depending.
What route you take?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Nice hat.
My kids are on fall break. They don't go back until Monday.
Cool. Mine on hurricane break.
Yeah.
They can't go back soon enough. Got one in the back, number 3. Hello, number 4. Visit with us. Eric's the Pepper King. If y'all got questions about peppers, when you check him out, ask him questions or go check out his channel, Eric Hale. Dude grows some crazy peppers.
I just get lucky. That's it.
Yeah, I've been watching you for a year and a half and watched most of the 2 years back. And yeah, you've been getting lucky for the last couple years. I was surprised when I pulled up those pepper plants. I pulled up 4 bell peppers and 4 bell peppers, 2 banana peppers, and 1 cayenne pepper. And I was surprised how big the plants were. I pruned them before. I was surprised how big they were in the root systems. I got a 1.5 gallon pot I put them in, and the main feeder roots and everything was just crazy all over the place.
This always amazes me how you can just rip a pepper plant up out of the ground, cut it back to just a stick, and a couple weeks later they take off back again like nothing happened.
Yep.
And I was gonna say most people don't know pepper plant will live for years. Like it's a tree, like a tree or shrub,
Yep, work just like a shrub. It's amazing. I'm excited to see how they do next year by keeping them.
Oh, you'll have a jump start next year.
Big one. Yeah, Bill, and he's kind of in the mid portion of the country. There's still a good ways to go on top of it. I live directly south.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost straight up and down.
Yeah, it grows all kind of peppers. You need to check out his video from last night. He ate some potato chips that was hot. Well,
the 1 chip challenge.
1 chip challenge. You need to check that out, Bill.
It's hard to belly up this morning, man. I was running to the bathroom like 4 times. It was horrible. See, I love eating hot stuff. It just tears my belly up the next day. I can handle the heat for the most part. It's just, whew.
How's it going?
Hey, hidden heart of scroll lights.
Man, boy, that's some.
Yeah.
I promise I'm going to do a video. I'm putting up a grow tent right now, Mr. Brad, and I will do the video for the light I won. I just hadn't got a chance to do it, and I didn't want to just do an unboxing. I wanted to do an unboxing with growing. I was planning on doing it with some some lettuce, and I never got around to it. And I was basically offshore for 6 months at the beginning of the year, so it's my whole system is I'm behind on it.
Oh, I'd recommend Brad's lights. My stuff's doing awesome in there right now.
Seen that. I love it. It's amazing.
I mean, it just amazed me just from my last video I made of it to now. It'd be like, whoa. I mean, this stuff's growing crazy.
Yep. Mr. Bragg got. I think Jeff has a hidden harvest grow light also.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, check out Bill. Check out Eric. He grows a lot of peppers. He kind of cut back this year because last year he had so many he didn't know what to do with.
Yeah, I still got 20 pounds of dehydrated peppers. That's me a lifetime.
How's the new place coming along, Mr. Brad? Oh, you might have left.
How many people you got on the live stream right now?
Going two.
2 people.
Yeah, and Sheena had come in and then she left. And
It, probably, if it would have been more in the evening, you'd probably had a lot more people. You know, a lot of people might be at work at
yeah,
afternoon
I
and
wanted
stuff.
to try this the stream with the StreamYard, see how it worked out. I know the last time I had tried using it, it was more difficult to get the reflections bothering me. It was more difficult to get it up than it was this time. Um, so I wanted to give it a try when there might not have been so many people looking forward to looking at our beautiful mugs.
Yeah, our beards.
How beautiful. Nice, man. I wish I could just do something like that, move off grid and put it up, and try talking to wife into moving to Arizona and all kind of stuff. So it's love. That's not gonna happen. And
I
then
don't move to Arizona. They don't get no rain.
not worried about that. I just off the grid.
Yeah.
Uh,
But you don't worry about water there. You're in a good place to go off grid on. Louisiana, plenty of rain, sunshine, and
humidity. You can't build a basement because it'd be a inside swimming pool basically.
yeah.
Look, she said not a chance. You're not supposed to be watching this. You're supposed to be working, making me some money to put into my garden stuff. Heavy work. I know what it is to work solo. I've had people offer with the greenhouse and everything to be able, hey, we'll go give you a hand, and it's like, yeah, I don't know enough to keep everybody working, and then everybody want to stop. Why you doing it this way? Why you don't want to do it that way? So I just do it by myself. It's awesome to have office for help. Nice. Nice.
Yeah, those composting toilets are nice. I always thought about doing that. Would be cool.
No, not with the kids I have. Them things use like 12 pounds of toilet paper every time they go to the bathroom.
I know what you're talking about.
Oh, Beth's checking in too.
Hey, Beth.
Eric's queen. This is pretty cool. I really like it. Nice. How to chop wood.
Yeah, telling him how to do it as he's chopping it.
Yeah, we have to do this one night.
Yeah.
But I was getting some work done, and the little dude come outside today, and he was all, "Do this, build me a house." He seen my oh shoot, the boxes before he got up this morning. I went outside and started pulling all the tape off the boxes to put at the bottom, and he seen the boxes, so I had to stop for about an hour, try to build him a fort out of the boxes that had already taken the tape off and broke down
Yeah.
all the time.
Did you find you a bunch of cardboard for your beds?
I have some. I should have enough to do a couple beds. Tomorrow I'm supposed to go pick up some more. I was going to go last Thursday, but the hurricane kind of messed me up on that one.
Yeah. Well, it messed you up for about a week of your plans when you got back in.
Yeah, a whole week. And we got some other stuff. Next time I come in, we got some more stuff to do. It shows 3, and they got 5 people talking.
Sometimes it don't show on your end the accurate update.
I'm not worried. I need the 1,000, not the watch time.
Yeah, that's getting 1,000 people. I need to get on here and share it out. Maybe we'll get some more people in here.
That community tab's nice. Being able to share all that.
Yeah, but how many people? I get like 3 or 4 likes on it.
A lot of people don't take the time. They're too busy to hit the like button. They still look at it.
Yeah.
Trying to see where I'm at right now. I woke up this morning. I'm at 822 right now. Subscribers. The last week's been nice to me. Oh man, Mr. Brad, I picked up that bad habit about 16 years ago. I didn't smoke or dip, barely drank, got divorced, and I like it.
Trying to get this shared out for you.
Oh, this is checking it out, having some fun, enjoying it. Hopefully some people come in too. Got a friend come and pick up a few dragon fruit cuttings today. I've got 15 of them that I got potted up. I don't know what they are. They blew off during the hurricane. They were laid on the ground. So I got 15 of those potted up. Then I got another 25 that I know what it is to pot up. And I got, I think, 8 or 9 different cuttings that fell on it that I'm going to send to Mr. Dan. I'm not sure what they are. Permaculture Dan.
Yeah.
And then I got 2 cuttings I'm going to send to, oh, shoot. Can't remember her name. She was in the live stream the other night. I'm sending it for.
Dan just did a video this morning of Jeff's stuff that he sent down.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Brad, have a good evening. Yeah, get that baby ready for the nap. I put mine down about 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, later, Brad.
He decided he wanted to take a nap at 11 in his bed, so we went lay down, and at 10 minutes before I messaged you, Eric, he's like finally fell asleep.
Yeah. I never know when my youngest is going to go to sleep. He might not even take a nap.
He got to. He's an angry little dude when he don't take his nap. I'm glad that's you and not me, Mr. Jeff. Oh, I hate snow. I learned that.
No, too. I dread winter time, to be honest with you. It's so depressing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The short days.
Short days.
Cold. Can't go outside, do anything. And that's where it's nice to do the indoor gardening for us people that live up north. At least we get it's like a little bit of summer in the winter, you know?
A little happiness, a little joy. Get that fresh air from the vegetables.
Yeah.
Smell. Especially if you get a couple tomato plants going in the house. Man, them things smell good.
Oh, man, I tell you what, I brought my it was called a patio tomato in. Man, that's been one of the best tomatoes I've had. You know, it's a determinant, but that thing's still going and putting off tomatoes. It no disease to it or anything. It was like one of the healthiest plants I've ever grew.
You need to try getting you a couple suckers off of it, see how it would grow.
Yeah, I need to try to sucker. I got it in my room. It's just getting light off of whatever the other light's putting off.
Yeah, they call it a semi-determinant, but I mean a determinant. But it might be a semi-determinant. You know, it puts out a lot of flush on the first run, then it'll continue producing slowly, not as much as it goes.
Yeah, it's still, you can see it flowering and stuff right now, and that's been growing, since, the beginning of spring when we bought the plant. So, but it ain't very tall. It just keeps like going to the side. And
yeah, well, the suckers are all growing off on it.
I'll have to show that on our next video. I mean, that thing's did good. I don't know how long it's going to do without getting some direct light from a grow light on it. That's just like in the room, you know.
Hey, take your cut and get it rooted and put it in a bucket in the grow tent. It doesn't have to be big.
Yeah.
See if you can keep it, producing cuttings until winter time's over. That'd be cool.
You know what? The tomatoes ain't very big at all to it, but the flavor is pretty decent. So
Yeah.
for something you can grow it in the winter and have a fresh tomato better than the store bought would be all right.
That's what I'm looking forward to. I got my 6-pack packed. I got to start the seeds this afternoon. I like starting my seeds in the evening, even though it doesn't really make a difference. But I always start my seeds in the evening if I have a chance.
Yeah, I
And
typically start mine in the evening too. I don't know why.
I got my Campari seeds from my partner, Rob at Primal Cajun. And I asked him for 4 seeds. He gave me about 20. But that's all I'm going to grow this winter in the grow tent is some Campari tomatoes. That way I want to save the seeds from them to be able to have
Yeah.
a dash because I love the flavor of them.
Are you gonna try to grow any of your cucumbers? The dasher.
Yeah, I got 4 buckets. I'm gonna put 2 tomato plants and 3 cucumbers in each bucket. So there's gonna be 2 buckets with tomatoes and 2 buckets with cucumbers. And depending on how much room I have left over from it, I might add another bucket of cucumbers. Get them up a little ways, then add another bucket of cucumbers, depending on the room I have and how much it takes.
I've never tried growing cucumbers indoor, but I've seen Jeff. He did it.
Yeah. These cucumbers, the Dasher 2 should work well. If they get enough light and they got the fertilizer and everything, they should work well because they don't need pollination for it. It says about 80% of the 80% of the flowers are female flowers.
Yeah, that makes it nice.
Yeah. Even if you get a male flower that pops up, the female flowers don't need the pollination. And that's what I grew this year outside, and it did amazing outside. A 30-foot row we sold cucumbers, 50 cents a cucumber, gave away and sold. Uh, Gave away. We picked 600 that we sold, and we gave away probably that much at least on a 30-foot row. Yeah, Jeff's trying to kill the plants. I give him the seeds. I got all the seeds if you need, Mr. Jeff. I'll be getting those packets of seeds for both of you guys.
Oh yeah, awesome.
Before I'll get it sent out Monday. I'm gonna send all the dragon fruit cuttings. I'm gonna go to the place and do it one.
Yeah, because that's nice. I couldn't get no lettuce seeds like locally. I didn't order.
Oh my, you're gonna have plenty, both of y'all. It's ridiculous. I got so much. Like I said, I had bought a bunch to be able to do the lettuce runs, and I ended up never did the lettuce greenhouses. So
Because I love growing lettuce indoors. I mean, it turns out so much nicer and stuff than what you do when you do it outdoors. I think.
man, doing them the cracky method works great for lettuce.
Yeah, I've seen that too. I've never messed with it before.
It's it's hard to get just a little bit. I think Amazon started selling the.
Yeah, because it's priced to get started.
Say again, Eric.
I said it was always pricey to get started buying the nutrients and stuff, and the baskets and the clay and.
With the baskets, you can use little solo cups. There's ways around all of it. For the clay, you can use. People use gravel, and there's different things. Some people don't even use that. They find the little pool noodles, cut the section of pool noodles, and they just stick the plant in. The little plant in the pool noodle section, hanging in the water like that, and they let it grow like that.
Yeah.
There's many ways around and being able to do it cheaper. The most expensive part was buying all the nutrients. You used to have to buy a 50-pound sack of the tomato blend formula or the master blend formula, and I think now you can buy it in 1-pound sacks off of Amazon. So that makes a big difference. especially if you're only growing, 15, 20 gallons at a time, of water. 50 pounds would last you 30 years.
Yeah, and that master blend, from everything I've seen, does a good job.
Oh, it works well. That's all I used at my other greenhouse in the country. That's what I'll be using over here also. No, it does good. Even with the lettuce, and the lettuce runs was amazing. You know what it did with it. I just don't
But
have.
I was gonna say 30 days for lettuce in the hydroponics like that.
It depends on the amount of light you have and different things, but yeah, you try to get it's 30 days from when you put it in the runs. It ends up being about the same amount of time, but you start it in one area. You can start 100 seeds in a 2x3 area. You can probably more than that, but you could say 100 seeds. Then you take that 100 seeds, you split them up, and you put them in two runs that will hold 100 seeds, and then from there they'll grow for like 2 weeks. Then you put them in the grow out runs, which are 12 inches apart. Excuse me, and you just it works out like that. But it different amount of sunlight, different temperatures, and everything it gives it.
Jeff says he buys a 5 pound mix.
Yeah. I wouldn't buy the oh shoot magnesium sulfate, Epsom salt. I wouldn't
Yeah,
buy it on Amazon. You could pick that up for pennies at the dollar store, or you
yeah.
go to, like we have a farm place over here. I ordered from him. It takes about 2 weeks for it to come in, and I get it for like $13 for 50 pounds.
And don't that master blend? It's got all the other nutrients in it too. All the micro nutrients.
I'm not sure if it has all the micro and macronutrients in it. It's supposed to have everything that it needs for to grow tomatoes if you add nitrogen and calcium nitrate, but you could also just use it to grow.
Yeah, I always thought it was neat to do the little hydroponic setups.
Oh, it's nice.
And the aquaponics pretty cool with the fish and stuff. That's what I really thought I was going to get into it one time when I built my greenhouse on the side of the house.
The aquaponics over here wouldn't work too well. I think it'd end up being too hot. But
Even tilapia?
we're gonna give it a shot at some point after I'm finished building everything I need to build. It don't stop.
Because they like the warm water from what I've
Yeah.
watched.
But in a little 250-gallon tank, that warm water will get hot fast over here.
Okay, yeah, I get you. That's just buried in the ground.
Yeah, and I'm not burying. I mean, I can't really bury anything in the ground; it'll push back up.
Yeah, you sit so low. We've been dry as a bone here. I mean, man, I think since July we probably had maybe a half inch of rain.
We had 13 inches of rain in 27 hours when the hurricane came.
Dang, I couldn't imagine that.
Along with 80 to 100-mile-an-hour gusts.
We're in a drought right now. If we don't get no rain here, I'd be scared we start getting some wildfires. Usually my grass right now this time of year is starting to come back alive and grow green again, and now it's all brown and dead. I haven't mowed my yard in months, just trying to get forage for the goats for when I was going to let them get out to eat.
I wish mine would die. The only good thing about the wintertime, I don't have to cut the grass under the house.
Yeah.
During the summer, we got to get under there a couple of times a month and weed eat.
Can you hear my rooster?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He's supposed to have been a hen.
We ended up with that. We bought 6 hens at the local place earlier this year, and 2 of them ended up being loose.
Yeah, because we didn't buy the straight run. We bought the poets, all female.
We did that also. Hello, somebody else just joined. ¿Cómo ça va?
Oh, it's Micro Farmer.
Homer, how you doing, brother?
What's going on? You can send links up here into the chat, and people can join the chat. You just copy and paste it up here.
Let's see. Let me look around.
Look at that. All the leaves are all coming down right now with that little bit of wind.
If y'all want to join in, y'all join in on us with us. We'll see how this works out.
Yeah, there you go. You figured it out. It wasn't that bad.
I don't know if it's going to work, but.
Can you see the leaves all flying by me as that wind gust
Every
goes?
once in a while, I'll see a leaf fly by, but I can see the trees moving in the back. The trees weren't moving real bad for the hurricane until the wind would stop. The wind was pushing so hard the trees would just stay. The trees would stay leaned over, then it would slow down, and the trees would move back.
We're having to rake these up here pretty soon. I like putting them in with the chickens, and they'll compost them down for you. Whoa. Hello, Harry.
I gotta go pick the. There's Mr. Holmes.
Hello.
How's it going, brother?
Good. Gotta put my glasses on.
I had mine on, but I get so much reflection off of it, it aggravates me, so I had to take them off.
Oh, so I can see everybody. Yeah, still on the shoulder.
How's that doing? I seen your video yesterday. It looks like it's still no painkillers and everything, and
None.
better than expected, huh, brother?
God bless him, man. God bless him.
Right. That's awesome.
Yes, man. I tell the God of prayers, man. But who's having the issue with the eggs laying? Stop laying eggs. That was you, Eric?
Not me. Mine's been pretty good if I can find them. My chickens are all just out running around everywhere.
Yeah, because somebody I put up there because they were saying they chickens stop laying eggs, and I was like, across America, no eggs should be stopped. No hens should be stopped laying.
Yeah.
Not even in Montana yet.
Yeah.
So either they feed or they chickens are stressed out. Because that's what happened earlier. If y'all seen my videos in earlier videos, was my shed was enough. They wasn't squawking in the shed, but when they came out to the run, they was acting a fool. And I realized I used to have 12 chickens, 12 hens. So when I did the run was accommodating 12 hens, but I went to 31 hens.
Cool.
So extended the run to give them more space in the run. They were stressed out. So everything now is fine now. Yeah. Either your feed, your chicken feed, if they're not feeding them enough, that'll stop the laying too. Or they have too many roosters. If you have like 3 roosters and not enough hens, that stress your chickens out also.
We had gnats. We had a gnat problem when I was in the country. We the gnats were real bad in the chicken coop at night, and that started stressing the hens. And it slowed down on laying to almost nothing. We put a bug machine out there.
Oh, okay.
Made all the difference in the world. After the gnats kind of got away, chickens went right back at it.
Yeah.
This Robert from Homestead Aquarius is in the house.
Hey, Homestead Aquarius.
Who called this meeting? Mr. Robert.
Yeah. So yeah, because that can happen. Like I told people, I'm not no expert at nothing this, but I've been dealing with them for 4 years. I've probably been dealing with chickens longer than I have. But I've learned from my mistakes, and I just learn, like things work, and I find out what works. That's what I do. That's what Micro Farmer does. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Well, I mean, learning stuff. I know what happens. Down here in South Louisiana, I'm able to work with it like that. You guys up there might have something different that y'all been using that could help us down here.
I mean, different climates. That's what I'm saying. You get those people that talk about, oh, what works in the north don't work in the south. True. but you might something from somebody in the South and put your little tweaks to it. It works for you.
Correct.
You know,
making a difference.
Yeah, that's what the YouTube community to me is about. It's not about criticizing. It's just taking what you learn from somebody. You got the dragon fruits down there. I would love to grow a dragon fruit. Yeah, I might get a grow house. I might convince the wife to let me bring a dragon fruit inside under our staircase. You know, she just worried about fires. You know, you start putting extra power to the house.
Actually, the dragon fruit during the wintertime doesn't need a whole bunch of light. If you could put it next to a like an outside window that gets 34 hours of light, they basically go dormant. I forgot who I was speaking with somebody the other day, and we were talking about it, and it brought up a couple times. But like once your plants hit about the 10 hours of sunlight, it's not a defining moment that stops all growth. But once it, that's what they talk about. So once you get around the 10 hours, the plant doesn't actually die, but it goes into hibernation basically. It doesn't use much water. It doesn't need much nutrients, anything like that. And the dragon fruit does the same thing. I tried it last year. I put it in the garage with no lights. The only time it had lights on was when we turned on the light switch. And I had a little bit of issue when I moved it out because I moved it out of the garage late. So the sun kind of had some sun-baked spots on it. But you could bring it in and out of the house with very little issue as long as it gets, maybe an hour or two of sun a day.
And you're talking about the lights, Micro Farmer. I use those LED lights. They're only 30 watts a piece. I got 3 of them in that grow tent, and that's only 90 watts of power. That's drawing hardly much more than an incandescent light bulb that you used to run.
Because I be trying to make inventions and stuff, right? I went to IKEA, and if you go to IKEA, have an IKEA that y'all at. IKEA have these used glass like things like the as is department. Mm-hmm. And they be having glass, so I was like, aquarium glue. You know how you make your probably might know about this. You take it. I was going to take the 3 pieces of glass and put a dolly on it, like wood, and make a greenhouse for, like you said, the dragon fruit. That's what I was thinking of, a dragon fruit. Put it in a pot on a dolly from Harbor Freight. Build me a casing from the cheap IKEA glass department where they have the as is. Because you can get a glass for like $10 a piece, which is about 6 feet high. It usually goes across the desk. So I say if I get 3 pieces, that's $30. And some aquarium glue to glue the glass together, that aquarium glue.
Right.
The fish tank glue them together and put a wood bottom and then put a pot like you have, that you have in your front yard, Asian. And do that so I can bring it out in the front of the house, which gets sun, southeast, sun.
Right.
One time I'll bring it into the garage and take it out when the sun comes out. I can wheel it in and out.
The issue with that is the amount of heat.
Oh no, I was gonna put chicken wire on the top.
Okay.
Put some chicken or a vent, like a vent on the top where the air, the heat can come out of the top.
Correct. So another thing you can just some regular 2x4s. Build your 2x4 frame with that, and some cheap plastic for the wintertime.
Oh,
okay. And you can roll it in and out. It'll do the same thing, and it's not as cold. It's you can always find people giving away plastic. It doesn't have to be greenhouse fabric because you're only going to be using it for a few months out of the year, and it's not going to be worth keeping. So you can get a small piece of plastic from Lowe's or something, a small roll, wrap it.
Now you see, you done made me a thief already, Cajun, because our home has those big rolls of plastic you can get free from them. When you pull out a tree, they pull some plastic off that roll.
Oh, you get what you get, man. It helps.
Because I never really pulled it off. I know our Home Depot has that in the nursery area.
Right.
Like, I think 6 foot high, and it's just a roll of plastic. So when you buy, like, cow manure, you line your cars and your trucks with, because people have, like, Lamborghinis, and they don't have pickup trucks a lot around here. They got more cars. So the preppy people don't want their car smell like, what they call that black cow manure and all that. So they gave them where they can roll out plastic, line the back of their trunks, or line the back of the SUV with plastic. So now down south, they might not do that because y'all got pickup trucks.
Yeah, we do.
So most people there, they don't need, just throw in the back of the pickup. But people here have SUVs, like my wife. She has a Land Rover. I drive the Nissan. The big truck, I got to drive that. I had to drive a big truck. I have a big pound truck, 25-foot GMC Sierra, but it's a pound truck. That's where my junk removal. But since COVID hit, I have junk removal. I'm not going to nobody's house to clean out. I just small clean outs and stuff like that.
Right.
I'm retired. I was doing that as a side hustle. COVID hit.
COVID messed a lot of people up.
Yeah. So
I mean, and even the price of wood over here skyrocketed. When I was looking to build a greenhouse, I was actually gonna make some pond. I had some pond liner, and I was gonna frame it out with 2x6s and everything. And the price of wood went up so high from when I started planning to build the house to when I actually put the first one in. It was cheaper to go and buy a 180-gallon tank than it was to buy the wood.
yeah, I was looking at that too. I was looking at what they call them, the food grade tanks, those what's one called containers. You go on Facebook, sometime up here they have them a lot. Those they huge.
IBC totes.
Yeah, they is. Yeah, like $75 up here. I'm about to up and get the rainwater to hook up to the back of my rain gutter. The only issue I have, right, was I call it asphalt shingles. I have asphalt shingles on my roof. Said that water's no good when it comes off of asphalt. You have a tin roof or some type of other composite roof to use that water. Because the water of the asphalt shingles is no good.
People that use it around here.
Oh, they use it?
Oh yeah, they use it in their gardens. I know quite a few people around here that do it. They wait. They put when they rig it up, they put a spillover, to where you can close it and just drain it out into the yard. They'll do that when it's drought. Yeah. But after you get the first couple good rains, when they have a big rain coming, they put it back in there. They let it roll through the
contaminate the water then.
The guy, he has a small backyard. I say a small backyard, probably 30 by 50. He uses his backyard for growing, and he catches all his water off of his roof. And he makes beautiful gardens.
Oh, all right. Because I thought, they were saying something about that water coming off the asphalt shingles with poisonous. Or it pulls up. So I'll check that out. I'll redo my research on that.
Well, I'm not saying it's healthy. I'm just telling you people around here do it. We're not the smartest people in the world over here.
Right. So I was thinking about getting me a couple of pieces of tin and go on top of my shed where the chicken coop is.
Right.
And run it from there. Just put a couple of tin on the side of the way I want to catch the water from. And because the shed don't have a gutter system. So if I get a short gutter system from Home Depot and then probably get 3 pieces of tin and put it on the front of the shed, catch that water, and then have the water go into the chicken coop, I'm going to just the chicken run.
Another idea, and I had talked with Eric about this, I think. I've seen people take a large tarp and they put 4x4s in the ground, and they V the tarp down into the top to where it drains into the back into the tank. Yeah. And, it's something that's easily picked up and put down. Oh. And also make shade. They put it in large chicken runs. But it also makes shade, for the chicken runs around the.
You know what? That makes sense because I have a tarp in my garage. I have a tarp. Yeah. I ain't got to thinking, but yeah, I can attach it and then, like you said, have a V shape, go right into the barrel. So I don't need my gutter system.
They put a toilet flange, to where they have the PVC and it fits inside the hole on the top of the tank, and they just ratchet strap it or whatever, on the 4 corners to let it go in.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
That way they can take it down. When it's full, you don't need to leave it up. That way the tarp doesn't get tore up and everything. There's a storm coming, you go out there, you hook it up, you take it back down.
All right. That makes
it a lot longer.
See, my problem is my wife, she's a nurse, and she like to have this year because of situations, there was no entertainment in our backyard. So I got to keep the yard looking nice at the same time raising food and chickens. Yeah. So I'll see my yard. You can be like in Arkansas, Robert used to get on my case on Arkansas cutter. So I got pass in my yard. But the wife let me have the left side of the house. You'll see my bed. Everything's on the left side of the house. Everything on the right side is the bar and the swing for the kids, and there used to be a fire pit there for our friends, but I tore it down because I was doing a lot of moving around. Right. I thank COVID for coming through, so I didn't have to do that work. I still hurt my arm messing around my garden.
That's how you hurt your shoulder?
Yeah. What happened was we brought the house 7 years ago, and the lady was very old. So I thought it was railroad ties. The old wood railroad ties? Right. They weigh about 200 to 300 pounds a piece. Right. My dumb self thinking, people here in this suburban area don't have real railroad ties, but these were the real deal. So when I went down to pick it up, I started using my legs. I just went straight down trying to manhandle it. Even though the ground was dry on top, under those logs was moist. So if you pick something that was moist, it got that little suction come back.
Oh yeah.
So when I pulled it, it went back down, and all I heard was snap, snap, pop, pop.
Yeah.
And I knew I jacked his arm up. I just knew, and I just kept working through it, and I just said, it was done. I tore everything off the bone, man.
Oh.
It was like, I saw the video. She was like, the doctor was playing. I tore up the bicep tendon. It was all shredded. Everything came off the bone. And I still managed to, because she was asking how I did all that work with the chicken run.
Yeah.
My fence fell, a whole 100-foot of fence. I run concrete, 50-pound bags. I did everything by with this messed up shoulder. But I went for surgery, and she told me I got to sit down now. I got to do nothing at all.
For 6 months?
Yeah, for 6 weeks, and then another about 4 or 5 months of therapy. So I could be out there for shed wars. I don't know if any of y'all guys gonna get into shed wars.
I seen it last year, but I've never built. I'm still working on my place over here. You know,
Yeah.
you've seen that, building the raised beds and the greenhouses and everything. I do want to get on a team next year when I get it done.
Because Rob is supposed to be joining the team. Because John, I don't know if Rob is still here. John done kicked him off, then brought him back. I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know, but I would love to get on the team. But I think the teams need to be divided between the South and the North because y'all guys get a head start on us. Y'all pro season starts around what, February?
In my area, I would normally plant cucumber seeds in February. February, beginning of March.
Yeah.
We can't get nothing in the ground.
And we're in May.
So April starts our growing season like April up here. So y'all guys are like 90 days ahead of us. Because I remember when I was doing my seedings, people was already harvesting in the South. I was like, wait a minute, hold up. And it was dead wars.
That's another thing I've been talking to people lately. Go ahead. Still hi, Eric.
I was Liv, my daughter. She's in the chat.
Oh.
We we are able to grow longer or have a longer growing season, but the bug pressure and the disease pressure is so much worse in the areas, especially where I'm at with the heat and humidity. It just stays, you know. And if we don't get if we're lucky, we get 3 weeks total of temperatures in the 30 degrees. Wow. And, you know, if we don't, a lot of the times we don't even get that. And if we don't, the bug pressure's like, it never goes away.
Wow. So how is it for you, Eric? You in the Midwest, right? Mid-East?
Yeah, I'm in the Midwest in Indiana. You know, there's some years you can plant in April, but to be safe, it's always in May, about May 15th if you're set to be safe.
You see what I'm saying? Because the shed wars, you got Arkansas, those guys in the South, they already harvest before time we get something in the ground.
Yeah.
So
this year,
you make sure they're divided good between the North and the South.
So at least the guys who's joining a team from the Northeast will have somebody in the South that has a bigger property like you guys that can manage us until we catch up to you guys.
To where it keeps everybody motivated though. Also, that's what I love about YouTube. I've said that 100 times. You know, it's watching you guys when I'm at the end of the season over here, getting the summer's finishing up. You guys are just starting to really kick in up there, and it's like, man, it's amazing, and it keeps me pushing for the fall planting and everything because it's it's like, man, I can't let them outdo it. It just
So we basically the Northeast guys is like what they call them, the cleanup batters. That's what we gonna be, the cleanup. Because we the cleanup guy. We what the guy comes with the fourth. What's the cleanup batter? The fourth guy, right?
Fourth guy. Yep.
Fourth guy. We the cleanup guys because we shorter than the guys in the South.
But man, you'll make some beautiful tomatoes up there. Y'all got the perfect weather for tomatoes.
Yeah, but terrible. Well, this year was terrible because we got a lot of heat this year in the drought too.
Early. Yeah,
so it did us in. It really did us in. So, but I messed up my whole garden because I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I didn't even know about shed wars. I mean, this year I just got into YouTubing with the gardening and stuff like that. I don't know if y'all familiar with Lazy Acres Homestead. They in Georgia. Kinfolk Farming.
I think I'm subscribed to both of them, but I don't really watch a whole bunch of the videos.
All right, so those are the ones who got me to go into like doing YouTube for the gardening stuff. You know, I'm a prepper more than a gardener. I'm more of a prepper. So a lot of people like they know me from other channels, but I go as another name for another channel.
Gotcha.
So I was a prepper, and then what happened was me being a prepper, I was doing a prepper mistake by showing people my properties.
Yep.
And they say if you're a prepper, you don't show people because people will face recognize you, and then they'll find out where your properties you own at. So that's
what is it?
So you said people are. It's easy to find out. You know, once they know who you are, figure out who you are, then find out where your properties are. I'm like, me and Eric, we've been talking on Facebook for about a year now. And he's like, man, I was checking out not like my specific house, but the town and everything I live in. He's like, it was super easy. But I mean, I talk about it on it's.
I mean, but thank God, you know, I mean, I'm not worried about nothing like that because I can say, like I was telling my doctor the other day, because she was like, you worried about people stalking you? Like, you know, this I moved from from the Bronx to Connecticut. I was blessed with the Second Amendment. You know, you feel me?
Spray some freedom seeds.
Yeah. So, I'm not worried about that, and I got a trespassing sign in front of my house say don't trespass. You got to walk up to my car. You got to come up the driveway. Then you got to walk up like 2 sets of steps to get to my front door. So you made a conscious decision to come up here.
That's a lot of bad decision time to be made.
Yeah. My front door was sitting at the street level. You know, you had to come up the driveway,
right? Come
up this steps and turn, and come up some more steps to the front door. So. Everything is legal. I don't know. I'm not from Florida, but I'm gonna stand my ground here because they're gonna like came from down there.
There's no stand your ground in Louisiana. From what somebody was talking, we were talking about that at work the other day, and guy was telling me there's no stand your ground. It's, I mean, if it's face to face, you know, and imminent, then you have it. But you know, if it's you shoot somebody in the back, even if they're in your house, if you shoot them in the back, you're in the wrong.
Oh, they in the house. They ain't never coming out. They're gonna be fed to the dog. I mean, I'm not letting them go back out the door.
Yeah, they got.
They're gonna be them big old Cajun pots. Y'all call them Cajun pots. I know.
The big black iron pots. We making some gumbo and some crackling.
Yeah, you stew him down, and he goes to the dogs and the chickens. Yeah, you know,
too much empty property by me. Too much woods and open land.
See, Eric, you're already caught. I tell you, you got enough chickens and dogs on the property. Feed the person to the dog. Just like what they call Tiger King. He done been shitted out and became manure now. You ain't finding that body. I don't know why people look at that Tiger King like it's something crazy. That lady done grind him up, made him some sausage. Them tigers done ate him and shitted him out already. You ain't find no DNA unless you go down there and get the collard green for her property.
Do a DNA test on a collard green and come back with human DNA.
Yeah, that collard green DNA. Trust me, she did it the right way, y'all. You know, it just takes somebody to say, "Hey, you ain't finding that body. It's a wrap." You know, it's a wrap.
Alligators and everything we have over here. Not that I hope I ever have to, but
yeah, I true not because you know we got 20 something days. You know, before whatever about to go off, I don't know. But I've been preparing for that day. So I can bunker down, you know. And like I told my neighbor, if you see the red truck gone, she can have everything in here.
I don't think it's going to be that bad.
No, but if I got to go, see, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I have 10 acres in Georgia. I have a couple of properties in the Catskills. Because if you follow north, oh my God, north of 7, not north of 7. Oh my God, he's another prepper, but I knew him since he got there. He's a guy. He's into prepping.
North Country off grid.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. Now, I've been following him since he got that property, and he had a lot of issues. Now he know me by my old issue because he goes. I went by Camper HM9. You know, that was Camp HM9 because I was building a campground for my children to go up in the Catskills to have as a bug out property.
Right.
And I was buying a lot of properties. As the wife was getting mad, I was buying a lot of property up, like little small properties, like $8,000, $10,000 properties. and I'll just put a stash house on it. Like I'll get a small container ship,
Right.
and I'll have it delivered there, camouflage it up in it. You know, you got to be back. You had to go back up in there to find it. And I put solar cameras, solar panel cameras, so I can watch it through the
Sends pictures and video through your phone.
Yeah. So it's similar to the ring doorbell thing.
Right.
So that's what she was saying. But what happened was I was talking to those guys. It was like you can't show people where you at,
right?
Because they have this thing with YouTube and Facebook. You can do that reverse Facebook. The person know your real name. They go ahead and look at what properties you own. You know, things like that. If they take their time, they can know everything about you. You know.
Yep.
So what I started to do, I started buying stuff in my kids' name because I was paying cash.
Right.
Yeah. So I wasn't taking no loans out. So I brought cash and I was putting things in my kids. So nobody knows his name.
That's the way to do it.
So now you look for my name, you're gonna find he ain't got nothing. So I learned to put it in my children's name, you know. And like I said, my older kids, they older now. I got grown kids, and I got my 2 girls here, you know. But I got grown kids.
Right.
And when you pay cash, they don't care. As long you with that name on it, that's the name won't be on that. That's that. Because you're paying cash. You're not doing loans and bank loans and all like that. So you don't need nothing but that green dollar.
Love you.
Make it work.
And make it work for you. So that's what I do. My mom, like I said, 3 years ago, let me get going to get my girls. But I'm going to talk. 3 years ago, I built a house in Georgia. That's near 10 folks. It was in Lumpkin, Georgia. I have 10 acres there with my mom. She's 80 years old. She's on it.
That was in your book, Lumpkin, Georgia.
Yeah, Mom. Yeah, that's how you saw the book. Oh, you read the book?
I read the book. Yes, sir.
Now, my mama lives on the 10 acres there. She was renting in Albany, Georgia. And then I went to Lumpkin, Georgia, and brought 10 acres and built a home there, a vacation home for my family as a bug out home. Like, just if the shift changes and gets, crazy, I had 10 acres to fall back on to do a homestead like y'all got going, like big with cows and pigs and goats and stuff. So what I did was my mom's 80 with all her marbles and she can get around. I told her to keep her Social Security check and pension check. So now my mom looks over the property, live rent free. That's all she got to do is chill.
That's nice.
The house is a new house built from my ground up, from my hands only. And my dog, if I told my dog we're going to Georgia, she'd probably bite me. Because we went to Georgia, those fleas and ticks tore my dog up, boy. And my dog was shipped from Arkansas. My dog is originally from Arkansas. We got her from Arkansas, one of the breeders, pure breeders.
Yeah.
But when she went back towards that south, she got eaten alive. She didn't like the heat because all her life she's in the northeast in the cold. Man, when we got back home, oh my God, she done rolled all over the grass. Because she never had been flea infested. She never had to worry about fleas and ticks and stuff. But when we went down there, she got eaten up alive. I was giving her a flea bath like every week, man. She just wasn't. It was uncomfortable for her. And she was there all the time. I was like, So guys, I'm gonna try to keep going. I gotta go down and pick up my girls from school to get out at 2:30. It's 2:20 here, 2:23. They're only 5 minutes away from me.
Okay.
But if we get cut off, because internet, I'm on the internet in the house. But if we get cut off, I'm gonna keep talking. But hey, guys, I'm gonna just get in the garage.
All right.
Yeah, get in the car.
Good luck. Be safe.
Yeah. If I get cut off, I'm gonna come back.
All right. You see what Mr. Robert put? Carol Baskin, gourmet pet food.
It's Crystal.
How you doing, Miss Crystal? I'll be sending out your dragon fruit Monday.
Oh.
That 3-car crash. Thomas, of course, was between 53 and 54 in Milford. South on the 95 look for road work in Norwalk.
All right. Go with ya.
We're rolling. That's the closest I've ever been to Connecticut.
Yeah, me too. It's right now. That's where all the rich people live, from what I was always told.
Sort of. We got some bad areas, but I'm in one of them so-called rich areas.
So-called.
if you're gonna move away from the Bronx in New York City, you might as well get where you're going.
That's it.
You don't work hard and live poor. That's for sure. But yeah. So we came up here because
Breaking up.
Yeah,
Get it
it's,
back.
yep.
The
Yeah, he's gone. Yeah, it's nice out today. A little windy, but nice. I mean, perfect temperature.
I had that guy told me that Chilla Roadmaker thing's been kicked off the last week. It's been crazy. One of the comments was in Russian, and I didn't know what it was. I asked him if he could, translate or something. Somebody else came back and said it was a cool. He's like poor man's work, rich man's invention on the that killer making that thing. That was
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool how you've had hundreds of thousands of views within the past few weeks.
It's over 200,000 views on it in the last 28 days.
Shoo.
Well, it dropped a little bit, 196,000 views. What's up, dude?
That's a lot. Hey, buddy.
It's hard. Everybody's looking.
Did you just get up from your nap?
Yes, sir. Want your milk? Go, sister, get your milk. I got it already filled in the ice box. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's been crazy.
A lot of people wish their videos would do something like that.
The guy, I just found it. It says, poor man's brain, rich on invention. Go sit on the chair. You want to play the game? I don't have that many views with adding up the other 100 and something videos I have either, Mr. Jeff.
Yeah, I got one that's got 5,000 views, and that's best I've got.
Mr. Robert, we use a StreamYard, and that's why the name of the is trying it out. There's a free portion of StreamYard you can use now, and you get 20 hours a month to be able to use it. You can have up to 6 people in the stream. So we were just trying it out. We didn't, have much expectations of having a whole bunch of people here. It looks like we got 5 now. Pretty cool. It's working well. It's good. The stream's working. It's not fading in and out from what I can tell on this end.
Yeah, it's been pretty good. I'm surprised my internet ain't kicked out yet. My internet sucks out here.
I'm stuck at 822 right now, Mr. Jeff. I had 78, 79 people the last 3 days, and then this morning I've only got 2 so far, but it usually picks up at nighttime. But my views went from about 3,000 views an hour on that video to about 1,200. So the trend's starting to come back down.
Primal Cajuns in the house.
Oh, Lord. What's up, Rob? Trying to get the game for you, buddy.
Jeff, you ought to try to come in and join the stream.
Yeah, anybody that wants to get in on the stream is welcome. We're trying to see if we can get some, how many people and how it works. So let me get the invite. I'll click it back up again. If you have a camera, you should be able to
click on that link and it'll send you right to it.
Click on the link or copy and paste the link something. It should work. What you cooking today, Rob? Mr. Robert, it's pretty easy as far as the Streamlabs. It's it's basic. You go straight to their link, and from that link, if you want to add people, it just takes it and you send the link like I did. You go straight to their link, and from that link, if you want to add people, it just takes it and you send the link like I did. You go straight to their link, from that link. Cut your speakers off for a second, Mr. Jeff. There you go.
All he has to do is hit the mute on the YouTube stream that he's watching.
No, I can't hear nothing.
Hear you
on the YouTube screen.
Yeah, he's got the two things open. He's got the YouTube app open. You're hearing the double play from the YouTube app.
You hear that, Mr. Jeff?
All he's got to do is hit the mute button on the YouTube tab that he's got open. Then it won't do that playback.
You back? Oh.
Or even just click out of the YouTube and just leave your StreamYard on. Because I got the YouTube up, but I got it on mute, so it don't do that playback.
You might be muted on here, on the StreamYard. You have to unmute your StreamYard mic and mute the YouTube if you got them both open. Mr. Robert, sorry, Jeff. The StreamYard's more geared towards multiple people.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
No, I can't hear you though.
Let's see. It's a learning experience. That's why we try.
How's that?
Can you hear us now?
I can hear you now. I had my computer mount muted, so I wouldn't get the feedback, but I had YouTube running in the background.
That's what I was saying. Right after you muted both of them, if you got two of them running in the background, they just feed off of each other.
Yep. So this is the first time I ever went live.
Nice.
Congratulations.
On somebody else's channel, though.
When you're ready to do it, we'll get in with you if you want also.
All right.
We just popped your cherry.
This is working out well. Really is. I like the StreamYard. It's a lot more user-friendly than the first time I used it about a year and a half ago, trying to get it to work. But it seems to work completely through its website, then to YouTube. Before it had a patch in with YouTube and all kind of stuff. It was a mess.
Now you got to see how do you see the chat?
Feed one.
Comments. It says private chat and comments. You hit the comments and you get to see it.
Oh, there you go. Got it. See? Good thing you're here.
It's been a while since I've been on did any live streaming. Going on a year, but I still remember some stuff about it.
Oh, look what the shirt I got on.
Oh, everybody but me got it on today.
Unfortunately, I got to work too.
Early Bird Farms in the house.
Partners in Farms.
Robert, you want to come up here and join us? You don't have to show your face on there if you don't want to.
Yeah, anyone is welcome to join us. We're trying to see how it works.
Because you can shut your video off and just leave your mic so that way I don't show who you are.
Mr. Jeff, you had an amazing harvest today on your video today.
Yeah, that was yesterday. I pulled all them pepper plants out. They were supposed to be red, but they were not going to ripen up in time. So I just picked everything that I had.
It's amazing. You guys have such the perfect weather for peppers and tomatoes up there.
Yeah, it works out pretty good.
You only get about 4 months of really good growing season, but it's perfect growing season.
Yeah. You can't grow all the good stuff, though, like you guys can down there.
What you mean, like bugs and blight?
No, growing like the fruits and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I got you.
We can do apples. That's about it.
Pears and cherry tree.
Yeah.
Hi, Miss Elizabeth. How you doing today? The pear trees grow like crazy around here, but they get so much issues from the humidity and everything. They end up splitting and falling apart. It's a disaster having that on your property. The branches break and mess. I do like the blackberries, though. I miss having property enough to grow blackberries.
My mother-in-law had a peach tree. It did pretty good. I mean, we used to pick baskets of them, but then the tree just got so bad they had to cut it down.
Yep. That's how it ends up working out over here with the pears. Now the oranges, oh my, the oranges are crazy. It's once they get established.
I've never had a fresh orange before. Like right off the tree.
I won't buy one out the store.
I never had one either. Not fresh.
I've never ate a fig. Everybody's growing these figs and stuff. I've never ate a fig before in my life. Fig Newton cookies, yeah, but not a fig.
Figs, they're good. I enjoy the figs. They, it's nice, but it's hard. If you're lucky enough to have a place with an established tree on it, you get a lot of them. I've never had any real luck. I have 4 of them that's in the ground. That's been in the ground for, going on 10 years now. When I bought the property, and Mr. Holman's coming back.
Oh yeah, I'm back.
There we go. Yeah, the figs. I've never had luck getting the plants to grow. I mean, we pick a few, 5 or 6 a year. The plants are 10 years in, and they, 6.5, 7 feet tall. But I don't prune like I'm supposed to, or anything like that.
I get too big.
Well, go play. Keep getting bigger. Sit down.
Hello, Grow Something with Jeff. How you doing?
Good. How you doing, Michael Farmer?
After you in a minute. I
Got enough?
see you there.
Why don't you get sister go put your TV on for you?
So, how everything going with you, Jeff? Where your growing zone at? Where you from?
New York, 6B.
Oh, you in New York? Which part? I'm from New York. From New York City. So.
Yeah, upstate New York.
All right, Buffalo, Schenectady, up that area.
Rochester.
Rome? Oh, Rochester. All right, Rochester in the house. All right.
Yep.
Y'all, you stay safe up there. Rochester just had a little situation going on up there.
Oh yeah.
Make sure you have your freedom stick sitting at the foot of your bed.
I never had one. I borrowed one.
It was that bad up there, Mr. Jeff.
I'm not that far from the city, so
I got you.
I mean, we're like 10, 15 minutes from where they started the riots downtown.
Yeah.
So,
because I was looking at some property on the next town from you guys. What was it? What's the next town that's from Rochester? It's a little small one. Oh my God. My sister live in Buffalo. I got a sister live in Buffalo. She's a teacher at the UB University there. But oh my God, I'm forgetting the place next to Rochester. It wasn't Rochester, it was a small city next to you. I got.
There's Syracuse, Buffalo.
Next to you. Maybe it's a town right next to you guys. Like not no more than 10 minutes away from Rochester, like going towards Buffalo.
7 people, boy.
Boy.
I'll get the name in the head. I was gonna buy a piece of property there. It goes dirt cheap, but it was in a rough area. It's on the bad side of Rochester. Like it's not Rochester, but It's one of them towns that was going down. Like a lot of business was left there. Yeah, I'm like one of them vampires on property.
Man, at night.
Right.
Yeah, when towns like, you know, a lot of those towns were living off factory jobs. When the factories left, the people left, you know?
Yeah.
And so the kids who, you know, went to college, they left their parents' home, and you turn around, they selling the properties for like 4 or 5 acres for like 10 grand. They just want to get out.
Yeah.
You know, I'm wishing to come across an old barn, like an old homestead. You know, those are hard to come by.
You look in Indiana, but it's pretty cheap here too.
What, homesteads?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, ones with already a building. See, that's my next goal is to purchase something with a house and water already on it. See, what I'm purchasing now is just have running creeks, like creeks and behind riverbeds. You know,
Yeah.
I want for something where old farms, homestead, where have a well still going. You know, I don't care too much about the septic. It's just the water problem.
Yeah, I think through the Midwest you can get pretty good deals on stuff. You know, Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky.
See, Eric, I'm a prepper. I'm on the besides being a micro farmer, I'm a prepper. So I gotta learn. I gotta find stuff I can either get to in the quick, get one of these boats. I was about to buy a boat. I saw a boat, but the wife would probably stream on me because the guy selling an aluminum boat with a house on, like not a house, but it's one of them good boats. But he gutted it. It was a project for him, right? It's about a 25-footer, but he gutted it out. $800 with the trailer. I said aluminum boat. I mean, it's better than a wood hull. You know, like one of them fiberglass because aluminum boat you can patch up. You know, welding something. You know, and it looked nice, but I was like, the wife didn't that out here. I was the first thing she was gonna ask, where you gonna put it at? Because I wanted a project to do, but I'm hopefully by next summer he still have it. I hope he has it. But it was a project. He saw a lot of these guys. They pick on projects that so aluminum boat. It has a Mercury motor on the back. Probably don't run, but I can part it out with Facebook Market, you know, and I can get probably a Mercury outboard motor for probably another $500-$600. You know, I'm not buying that $32,000 motor. That's not gonna happen. I'll put a sail up there before I put a motor like that up in there. Yeah. But how everybody else prepping for next year? Y'all got anything going on for next year? Which I plan you.
No.
Nope. Nobody got an idea what they're doing for the next year crops?
Mine is just the same thing: peppers, tomatoes, and cucumbers, and corn, and pumpkins and stuff. Just you gotta figure out where I want to plant, rotate them.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
You can do it. I'm just tomatoes and cucumbers and peppers like normal and a couple squash.
I meant to tell you, you're Cajun hot. I'm Cajun. I might have to call you Cajun, right?
That's fine. Danny, same.
I don't know y'all real names. I know Eric, and then I know Jeff now. But I always go Cajun because he know me by Homer because he always say Mr. Homer.
That's what you said your name was.
Yeah, that's my name.
Okay.
That's my government name.
Yeah, my name's Danny. So
okay, Dan. All right, Danny. But did you what was that okra is coming up nicely. I
just pulled it.
Might not make the first snowfall, but that okra is coming up nicely.
Oh, yours is.
Yeah, let me see if I can go down here and show you. Maybe I can see it if I can get close up to it. Walk my yard. Hold on, let me walk my yard here. I might can show you this okra. I mean, the beets are coming in nicely, and I got some here. These are some squash.
Wow, you're looking good.
The squash here, they came up late. That's my carrots over here. Those are my carrots coming up. Well, let me go ahead and show you this okra. Now, they small. I mean, they might not make it. You know, I just told you I just did stuff this year to go crazy. Here go broccoli.
Yeah, I'll be starting my broccoli next time I come in.
And here goes some kale, some cabbage here. Well, let me show you the okra. These are the okra plants. They came up.
You froze up.
You can see it.
All we see is
look like, you see the okra little piece there?
your picture froze on the broccoli.
Oh Lord have mercy. Oh, here I'm going. Do you see the little sprouts on this okra?
We can't see anything. The picture's froze on the broccoli.
Oh Lord. Okay.
It's nice broccoli though.
Yeah, it is. Everything.
Hold
The
on.
squash, the carrots, everything's nice.
Hold on. Why is it? Hold on. Everyone can hear you. All right. Hold on.
Yeah, we can all hear you.
All right. What the hoot? Oh, here come the wife coming in.
You be in trouble. You're hanging with your partners.
That's all she do is on YouTube. My wife ain't got know where I'm at. He on trust me. Y'all can y'all still see me now?
No, we can't see anything.
What the? I can see y'all and I can see myself. I can hear y'all can hear me.
Let me. I'm going to turn you off and come back.
Okay.
Okay, come back. Mr. Robert, Jeff does do the hydro. They're pretty cool in the hydro stuff too in the house. It's something I'm looking forward to this year.
How many cucumbers, Jeff, did you get off of that cucumber plant last year?
That not many.
Yeah, can you see me now?
Grow well. This year.
Yeah, this year you should do well because you're not going to have to worry about. Hold on one second, Mr. Homer. We see you good, but those Dasher 2 cucumbers should get, if the flower doesn't fall, there should be 80% of the female flowers and they don't have to be pollinated.
Yeah.
So you should do great with it.
Well, I did the bait alpha, which is supposed to be self-pollinating too, but for some reason it died out, and I think I had nutrient lockout in that tote that I had, which is what I think I got going on now because I didn't let it clear to chlorine before I put all the nutrients in. So I got 22 gallons of water downstairs that are junk.
Yeah, you should. Do you swap your nutrient out every so often?
No.
I know, you just leave it and just add when you need to add.
Yep.
I know Mr. CB at CB's greenhouse says to once a month he swaps it out in the greenhouse itself. Working at Cracky might be a little bit different.
Yeah, the idea with Cracky is you're supposed to get enough water to go for the whole grow.
I got you.
So I got so cucumbers will get 22 gallons. It's in a 27-gallon tote. Same thing with a tomato. Like lettuce only needs a gallon. So you mix a gallon and let it go. I grow 5 in a tote. So I put it in a 7-gallon tote and I had plenty of nutrients left over.
Right.
Yeah, just a set it, forget it. No air, no nothing.
That's nice.
Yeah.
You got your Mr. Homer, you got your okra plants?
Oh, no, I was actually, can you see me now?
Yeah, we can see you now. Yes, sir.
Oh, all right. I was going to show you. Oh, well, peppers, these. Peppers, yeah, I got more coming up. But the okra here, if you can see it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's coming up nice.
And then I have my beets going on right here. And then I picked up some buckets, man. The next year I'm doing buckets too, man.
Can't beat
I
that.
want Eric to tell me how to get the okras in a bucket. I know he grew some giant okras, man.
Yeah.
You do, Eric. You had good okra, right? You had a harvest okra. Your okra plant is like what, 6 feet high, 7 feet high?
About 6 foot tall now. Yeah, I'm done picking them. I got so much frozen and stored, and we've gave them by the bag loads to everybody.
Because I was thinking of, like, since the front of my house has a lot, we get the southeastern sun in the front. So I was thinking about using buckets. So if anybody can tell me, especially y'all guys, y'all grow okra, show me how to grow some okras in a bucket. Because I know okra is a sun-loving plant.
Sun loving, yeah, and they also they grow a lot of roots. I'm not sure how they would do in a bucket. I know friends that take cinder blocks, and they fill the inside holes of the cinder blocks along the outside, and they'll plant an okra plant every so often, and they'll get an okra stalk at the base, almost as big around as the hole in the cinder block. Yeah.
Wow.
We grow it over here; it'll grow for 6 months.
Wow.
I think Eric was right at about 4 months whenever the frost hit him.
Yep.
So it's a 4 months crops then.
No, I mean it'll grow. It'll grow from as soon as the ground's a good 75 degrees, steady temperature.
Yeah.
You plant your seed and it'll grow until it catches its first freeze. We've had them over here as high as 11 feet tall. You know, we'd have to grab it, roll it over to be able to chop it off the tops.
Wow.
But I single stem them. You know, similar to like you do with a tomato. As it grows, you when you cut the pod off, each pod will grow. You know, you have a leaf and then a pod growing out the side of the leaf, similar to tomato truss. Whenever you when you cut the pod off, you cut the leaf and drop the leaf on the ground, kind of like the cut and drop.
Yes.
But you cut that and it promotes the upward growth and you get a more steady more okra.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, by not doing it, you'll get a little bit slower production at the beginning, but it'll send out side shoots just like a tomato plant that will also put out flowers and okra pods with it also. But the plant will stay more stocky, but it'll get huge.
Yeah, because the ones I planted out there, I just found them late in the season at a store, and it was called giant okras. There wasn't the Georgia spineless thing, whatever you call spikeless. But this one was the ones that's out there now is called giant okras. They call it.
Yeah.
Those are what they call giant okras. I mean, I never grew okra before up here.
It's probably a similar, or it's probably a cowhorn variety. They get about 12, 13 inches long, you know, about the size of a quarter, a little bit bigger than a quarter, and they're still real good to eat. They're not woody. Rob Primal Cage is in the side. He's saying that he grew 2 plants in 5-gallon buckets last year, and they did produce for him. So, you know, that's a good thing.
So what's a good plant, like a good crop? Because like I said, I found somebody down the road, they must own a bakery. So I got some things that molasses was in it. Molasses and jelly or something was in those buckets. They had them out for recycle, and I took them. It was 6 buckets, 3 buckets. So I was like, hey, I'll take them. I grabbed 2 of them in the truck.
Tomatoes are a good crop to grow in buckets.
Yeah.
A lot of people that grow them around here. In a 5-gallon bucket, you do 1 tomato. In fact, I'll be doing them hydroponically in the greenhouse in buckets.
All right.
You know,
a cucumber will do good in a bucket too.
I might do that, but I might just make 2-3 buckets of tomatoes because we're not a big tomato eaters. So I'm like, for me to make a big crop of tomatoes is like, it's just be a waste.
You'd be surprised how many friends you make with tomatoes, though.
Well, I think I make more friends up in the north because they look like the northeast eat more potatoes. I get more friends with potatoes.
Oh, we're not potato people around here.
You know, they like the potatoes and the steaks and the potatoes with their fish. But do a lot of potato stuff. And then I got a lot of Polish around here. And Germans, they like make them potato cakes or something. So you can get rid of your potatoes quick around here. They make a lot of stuff with like potato balls or potato cakes, something like they make. So I have a lot of those, you know, my neighbors, you know, around here is, you know, it's like 2 of us around here, you know what I mean?
Potatoes are one of my favorite crops to grow.
So I did red potatoes and onions, my early crops, and they came out nice and decent. My crookneck squash came out decent, but they died off real quick. I was like, they didn't last long. They couldn't take the heat. So I realized I'm going to put them towards the back of the house because I think squash don't like heat. They grow fast, but my crooked neck butternut, crooked neck squash, the yellow ones, they produce real quick and then they died off.
Probably from vine borers more than heat.
Yep.
At the base of where the stalks rolling along the ground, you'll look and you'll see brown spots or kind of a mushy area.
Yeah.
You found that's vine borers that got in and killed the plant.
Oh.
And by the time you see it, you have to spray precautionary with it because by the time you see that they've infected it, it's the plant's dead.
Yeah, because they gave me about maybe 7, 8 squash, nice size squash, and died off. And then when it died off, eggplant took off. Boom. I was getting crazy eggplant.
Right.
So where I'm going to plant stuff, like if I was going to go okra, collard greens, and mustard greens, they're in the front where they get a lot. I want a lot. I know y'all guys know about the heat, especially the Cajun and down south guys. But the north, it's hard if you don't have that sun on those certain things. I got my crops in the front got burned
from the sun.
Yeah,
the old people over here say when you plant your beans,
Yeah.
when you pull your beans, that's when you plant your okra. You know, a lot of people plant early, and the old man I learned from, he said you plant your beans, then you plant your okra right after. When you pull your beans, you redo your row and you plant your okra in it, and that way, because your beans will finish out about the time the temperatures in your ground gets hot enough to where it's time to plant your okra. If not, you wasting space in your garden, you know, because your plant won't grow fully. And once your temperature's right, you a freshly planted okra seed in the right temperature. One that's
Yeah. 'Cause what I learned from my mistake was using our city water, because I noticed when it rains, I get an explosion of growth.
Mm-hmm.
The city water with the chlorine. If it didn't rain, the water from our backyard, put it in a barrel and let it sit for a couple of days. Anybody know that?
24 hours usually. You let your water sit for 24 hours and you'll get the chlorine open-ended. You have to let it open and it'll evaporate out.
Or use an air pump, or like a fish air pump in the bubbler. It'll help do it fast, the chlorine out faster.
Correct.
Okay.
Another thing about if you get a lot of lightning storms in the air, you know, in your area when it's raining, the lightning storm will help. I forgot the exact term, but it basically it infuses nitrogen into your Oh, why? I'm playing the room. The lightning. I forgot there's a scientific thing, but it infuses the nitrogen into the rainwater. You know, more than the regular nitrogen that you get out of the packet, and you see such a pretty growth after a big lightning storm.
Yeah.
Bye, Miss Elizabeth. Thank you.
All right. So hey, listen. Next year, Shed Wars in trouble because we get nothing but lightning up here in Connecticut.
I wasn't ready for it when it's raining. I'm like, oh yes, lightning, lightning, lightning. Stuff's gonna grow good now.
It also infuses oxygen. You know, extra oxygen. I forgot to. I'd have to go back and look at it. I find a lot of stuff that I halfway remember because I'm Cajun. I don't remember much, but I find a lot of stuff I halfway remember, and you know, I always go back and look at it to remember. But I did read one time that the lightning, a lot of lightning in the air. That's why the air smells sweeter. And you know, after a big lightning storm or during a lightning storm, it's the oxygen. It's amazing what it does.
Oh wow. So Jeff,
I remember my grandpa telling me about the lightning and putting nitrogen in the soil.
Oh wow.
He was a farmer.
Yeah. So Jeff, what do you grow up in Rochester? What you growing up there?
So in the summer, I do tomatoes, peppers, zucchini, carrots.
All right.
I just put in garlic, and hopefully next year I'm gonna do some potatoes.
You and Eric is up there, up close up to me. Well, you close up, and Eric's in the same weather pattern. Do I leave those carrots there because they came up, but they're not growing? Somebody said you can leave them over the winter.
Yeah.
Or you can leave.
You can, yeah. And actually, they say they get sweeter if they get a frost.
Oh, okay.
They get sweeter.
Yeah. Put something over them. I'm trying to figure a way to keep a greenhouse effect on them. So I'm looking at some like you know, take some 2x3s and like he was saying, get some plastic, like making some cages, and then I just wrap it with cheap plastic in the wintertime to keep it.
3/4 inch PVC pipe.
PVC pipe.
3/4 inch PVC pipe. You take a 5/8 rebar, stick it in the ground, and then you wrap your 3/4 inch PVC pipe in a hoop over the top of it, and then you can roll it back up. There's a whole bunch of videos on YouTube that shows you know how to use it. You can put a row cover on the top of it, then you can throw a plastic on the top of it.
Okay.
There's a lot of different ways. You got to remember though, when you cover it, it does not take long for it to heat back up. You know, in the mornings, if you cover it up at night, it'd be 60 degrees. As soon as the sun comes up, it'd be 60 degrees. Or perfect example, in the big greenhouse we had at the property, it was 32 degrees outside. About 9 o'clock one morning, and we were working inside. It was 87 degrees in the greenhouse with no heat. You know, that's just the effect. That's how fast the sun will build up heat in those. And the smaller it is, the faster it builds.
Yeah, because that was my concern. Like, I see the greenhouse I was trying to build before I got this arm surgery
Mhm.
off that sheltered Logic shelter, portable shelter, whatever. My concern was cooking the seeds. Like, if I had put seeds in there and it got too hot, and I cooked the seeds.
And there's a good possibility, you know, you're going to have to be able to open and close, you know, probably more than just a door on it. You might have to have a door on both sides of it. And I wouldn't put seeds in there to start. I'd start seeds in the house.
Yeah.
And the plants are partially established, you know, you work them out to where you're leaving them outside like that for a period of time. Depending what you're starting and what time of year it is.
Oh, okay.
If you're going to be you don't want to start pepper seeds outside because the temperatures on pepper seeds need to be around 80 degrees, the soil temperature for them to sprout. You know, tomatoes I think is around 72 degrees.
Yeah.
I have a couple heat mats. That's how I'll start my tomatoes and everything. Heat mats.
When you talk about the peppers, are you talking about the hot peppers or bell peppers?
Both.
Bell peppers. Hot peppers take about 85 degrees soil temperature or a longer period of time. The hotter the pepper, the more the temperature of the ground they like to start for the seed to start.
Oh, okay. Because when it cooled down, my bell pepper plants, because when it got too hot, they didn't do nothing.
I'm talking about seeds, not the plants. For your seed to start, for it to grow and pop, you know, if it's to start growing, your soil temperature is going to need to be around 80 to 85 degrees for you to start your seed. Your temperatures for your plants to grow, they will grow around 68, 70 degrees, but they like about 75 degrees to get optimum growth off of peppers.
So basically, what y'all trying to tell me, if I can't get out here, just downstairs in the basement, go get me what they call a heat mat, like one of them grow mats.
Oh, yeah.
The trays.
You'd be much better off starting your seeds in the house, you know, like that. Put them in trays and stuff. Start them in your trays just like that. Let them grow till they get their set of true leaves. Then repot them and move them outside.
Did anybody use a heat mat? They have this thing. They have a heat mat that you put under the tray.
Yeah, that's what I use.
Oh, that's what you use?
And to save energy with your heat mat, you put the plants on the heat mat and you cover it with a thick towel or a blanket.
Oh,
seed doesn't need light to start. Shannon the puppy. Yeah, the seed doesn't need light to start. So if you cover it with a blanket, it helps to moderate the temperature loss off of it. You know, and hold the temperature you want. You want to get the one with the dome on it if you can to start your seeds. If you're not starting a whole bunch of seeds, I use the little baking pans you can buy at the Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
I put the dirt in the bottom of it, and they come with the little plastic top on it. And I drill up 15, 20 little 1/8 inch holes in the bottom. And I start mine on that, a lot of them, because I don't do big lots of seeds anymore like I used to.
Hey, Lisa from the Barnyard Chicken. She's in the house.
Oh, we up to 8 people.
Eric, now this one's for you, Eric, because I know you can hit me back up about using that what's called the foodie system.
A fodder system.
Fodder.
And fodder for your chickens. Yeah.
Now I'm a little upset because my arm is messed up. I just saw a guy on Facebook was giving away a rack for free, like a wood rack that they put trailer parts or car parts on, and he was giving it for free. And I'm like, dang, I can't go get it. I wanted to go get it. But I said I was going to use the top of my shed, so I'm going to use that. Now, how that method work? I saw it on YouTube, but how would you do it?
I've never personally did it myself. I just watched a lot of videos of people doing it. A lot of people just use your trays and you start seeds in the bottom tray and fill it with seeds, and they come out and they look like just a mat full of nice greens, and that you feed your chickens.
Because it looked like they didn't use dirt.
You don't use dirt. It's just water. You pour water on them. You just keep them moist.
Just keep.
There's a process. You wash your seeds and you start them in a bleach solution, like a cap full of bleach to 1 gallon of water. I think it is. You soak it overnight with your seeds you want to start. Then the second day, it's a process. And then the second day, you take it out and you put it in. You spread it where you rinse it real good. You wash off the bleach solution. The bleach helps heat the outside of the seed off to where they'll sprout. If the seeds are, good, they'll all start putting the tail out overnight while they're soaking in the water. So while it's soaking after you soak it in the water, you want to wash off the bleach solution. Then you spread it across the bottom of the 10-20 tray. And then, Eric, you can go ahead and finish.
Go ahead. You're better explaining stuff than I am.
you kind of want to stack them in a system to where like you want to do a seven rack or 7 days, or even 4 racks, 2 and 2, to where you can move them across. But on your lowest rack is normally where you put your seeds from the day that you did it, and then every day you take one out to feed your chickens or whatever you feed them with, and you move it up one and you start it at the bottom. And over that 7-day process, you'll see the the growth in it. You should end up with, depending on what you're using, 5 to 6 inches of grass. But the root matting system in the bottom of it's going to be amazing. You should end up with and you basically all you're going to be using is water over a 7-day period. You shouldn't be fertilizing. But you're going to have an 1.5 to 2 inch mat of just solid roots on the top of it.
That's supposed to be really nutritious, more nutritious than like the grass and stuff.
Okay. So the water is just regular rainwater. Then that's what you're going to use.
So you have the people I've seen use a tank, because you want to water a certain amount of times a day. I think it's 1 or 2 times, and they'll use a very small pond pump that pumps the water up to the top. And what it does is you want your top one to be facing one way, angled one way.
Yeah.
You want it to angle to a point where the water's going to all go down to one side, but you don't want it to where it's going to wash all to one side. So you're going to have holes spaced out throughout the but then the next one is going to be angled opposite.
Oh, okay.
And they work their way opposite as it's going down to the bottom.
Oh, that's perfect.
And you just feed it up into the top one. The water will kick on a timer. It's basically set it and forget it. Besides about 20 minutes a day, we've looked into it because we want to get some more grass for the chickens.
Oh, okay.
We've talked about it in the comments on YouTube about the small space I have with the chickens and everything. So we will end up putting getting a fodder system in place once we catch up on some of the other projects we have going on.
I just put the mulch bag on. I catch the bag catch on my lawnmower, and when I lawn the mower, whatever bugs and whatever gets snatched up in there goes to the chickens.
We do that also. The kids, actually, that's how we get them to help us rake the yard and pick up the grass.
Oh, okay.
We do that.
Yeah.
Anyone in the comments, if y'all would like to join, we're trying to see how this works out. It's a trial period on the free StreamYard app that we're using. So if you'd like to join out, leave a comment at the bottom, and I'll repost the link to do it again. It's super easy. And we got 8 people now. This is fun. I'm enjoying it all. I hope y'all are also.
I'm enjoying the chats with everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, me too. I do the same thing.
If you're not subscribed to anybody that's in the in the comments or up on the screen right now, check them out. Everybody's great, super kind people. Very talkative. Talk back to everybody.
I'll be coming your way, Jeff. Soon. This is over.
Awesome. I hit your channel already.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. And that's another thing about YouTube. You get some and you lose some overnight. What's the craziness? I was at 417. I woke up this morning, I'm at 414 or something.
The YouTube screens for bots every once in a while. They'll have channels that just go out there and subscribe to thousands of channels, and they'll screen for that. Some of the bigger channels will actually lose 1,000 subscribers overnight.
Ridiculous. And
I always people all the time.
And what's going on with the notifications? Like I be catching people late. Like I have you on notifications, right? But then it's delayed.
When you go and you click notify.
Yeah. I went to all.
Yeah, you got to go back and check every once in a while, because it seems like if you don't check every time that it comes up, like if you miss 4 or 5 videos in a row, it'll go back to optional on its own instead of all. I noticed that on a few of them. It changed on me on its own.
These bugs have finally came up to Connecticut, y'all. Y'all call these stink bugs, right?
Smell like cilantro to me.
No.
Yeah, that's a stink bug.
They just got here like this year. Crazy. Somebody must come from the south with these stink bugs.
I'm gonna let
them here every year. We get them.
I'm gonna let Miss Penny join in.
Okay.
Anyone else that would like to?
Actually, I'm gonna have to get out, you guys. I gotta go and do some errands.
All right. Yeah. Thanks, man. Enjoyed it.
I'll be coming your way.
All right. Take it
Have a
easy.
good afternoon, brother.
You too.
Can anybody tell me why they call stink bugs? They don't stink. I don't know.
Oh, they
Ryan, right?
Don't squish.
You haven't squashed it yet?
No, it's on the house. They just got here. I mean, they just like recently.
Go push it with your finger. You're gonna fuss at me and you're gonna cuss me for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's gonna stink on the house, and then every time you get your finger by your face, you're gonna smell it. I ain't lying.
I don't know. They just. I hear people saying, I'm like, what is this new bug that's up here? Because we never had these bugs. These bugs got here like last year. We've seen these bugs. I mean, maybe they came up with a watermelon patch or something from the south.
As they, hey, Foreman Life, if you want to join, we're trying this out. We're trying to see, we're visiting and everything, also having a great visit, but we're trying the free YouTube portion of Streamlabs to see how it works.
Hey, Eric, Foreman Life.
Go ahead.
Oh, you got me self-conscious here, man.
Why?
About that stink bug.
Oh, you're gonna know it when you squash one. But they're moving. They're moving farther north as they adjust to the climates.
Daddy, I'll show them this.
You found a dragon scale.
What's this?
Oh, wow.
Okay, now go. That's a big chunk off of one of the blue. What? Oh, well. It's a piece of pine tree that flew in the yard from the hurricane.
Oh.
He's like, "What is that, Daddy?" I said, "It's some stuff." Oh, shoot.
Dragon scale.
Well, no, I told him it was the bark off the outside of a pine tree. He said, "No, it's not." I said, "Okay, it's a dragon scale." Yeah, it looks like it. It is. Where do you think the dragons are coming from?
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Oh man, that bug now bothered me, man. That bug, I want to just swap it off the house, but it's just sitting there. I ain't mess with it.
Put it in a jar, a glass jar, and shake it up. Not in your house, but that's.
I'm gonna leave it right there.
You're gonna mess up. You're gonna have one day. You're gonna mess up. You're gonna walk outside or something and step on it with your shoe or something. They are horrible.
What it smell like? Rotten food or something?
It smells like ass. I'm sorry. It's horrible. I'm very sorry. That's how it is.
Oh God! I need to call an environment protection program up here or something. We need to spray for these damn things. They just got it. I'm just starting to see them from last year. I'm like, what is that bug? It looked like something from Star. You remember that group called Star Troopers or something? What was it called? Stormtroopers or whatever. Yeah. They're fighting on big bugs. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, but even after they die for a while, when they die, they'll start to turn brownish, drying up and stuff. Yeah. If they're still green, when you step on them, even if they're dead, they smell.
Lord, man.
It's bad. You get one in your air-conditioned vent, when they're really bad.
Don't say that.
Oh, I'm telling you. Just personal experience is going to happen.
I heard some chickens eat them and the eggs start tasting like it.
And smells. Yeah.
Man, don't say that. I got customers, man.
No, it's got to be hundreds of them. People would actually, they'll swarm like the Asian ladybugs. Yeah. They'll swarm like that in some areas, and people will grab them, and the chickens love them. You feed them. But, just as far as the chicken, they got to taste like it. From what they smell like, they can't taste good at all.
I should be selling my eggs to the doctors, and they take a nah.
Eric, after Farming Life, I'm doing pretty good now. This morning I was hating it. I ran to the bathroom probably 4 times. My butt was on fire.
Oh Lord. Oh, you eat a lot of peppers, Eric. Your family eats a lot of hot peppers, bro.
I did that 1 chip challenge with the kids last night, and I ended up finishing their chips. And it tore me up this morning. They always do.
I know Scott's tissue, boy. Love your family, man.
Tell the little boy, your friends are gonna call you a puss.
Yeah.
I'll be like, how do y'all eat those hot peppers, man?
And then he calls me out. He's like, "Yeah, I want to see Danny try." Yeah, me too. I want to see Danny give this a shot.
Wow, man.
Mr. CB said he wanted to see you try one too.
Yeah.
You know what's so crazy right now, guys? There's 3 odds right now watching each other. East Coast, Midwest, and what you're in the what West Coast time zone Cajun?
No, I'm in Central.
Oh, Central. So Central and East West.
I'm in Eastern time zone. I'm the same as time zone as New York.
Oh, okay. So what's Central?
It's Central and Mountain Time's the same.
Oh, okay.
I think that's every time they say it on the TV, it's Central and Mountain. I'm not sure. It's somewhere around Arkansas. I'm not Arkansas, Alabama. It changes. I think when you're leaving Alabama into Tennessee, I think it is. I dread that drive. We go to Ohio a couple times a year, and see my wife's family. And we have other issues we got to deal with up there. So it's 18 hours minimum drive.
Wow.
Well, I can drive 5 miles and it's Central Time. I cross the river and then you got Illinois, and they're on Central Time. So it's always. Then we had counties at one time. You can be in one county on Central and us on Eastern. It was jacked up for years around here.
Farming life. I made a gumbo about 2 weeks ago. We made 5. I got a big bowl. It's like a 6-gallon cook pot, and we normally make it about 5.5 gallons at a time. That way I can make it, because my little boy wants gumbo or rice and gravy every morning for breakfast. We don't give it to him, but he'll eat rice and gravy every meal. So we made, last time I was about a month ago, 3 weeks ago, we made a big pot of chicken and sausage gumbo with gizzards. And then I made a big vegetable soup this time I was in.
They just opened up. A restaurant that just opened up maybe late last year before the restaurant. I said, they better have alligator in there, man.
Have you been there?
Oh, Hooks is something. We just passed the other day. Oh, it's a Cajun restaurant, like Cajun. I said, I ate alligators at a place called
your microphone's breaking up.
Uncle Buck's is connected with Bass Shop.
I've never heard of it. Bass Pro Shop. I've heard of Bass Pro Shop, but I've never been to one.
Oh, I'm connected with it's called Uncle Buck's. Okay, and they serve alligator meat, and they alligator meat great, but they commercial versions of that. But you have this restaurant open up, look like an independent restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping that person's from Louisiana and actually doing Cajun cooking, because they're not commercial. They're not like one of the big, stores.
Right.
Big stores.
I tell you, I was renting a home in Ohio after me and my wife moved. She's from Ohio. I met her up there when I was working, and nobody liked me because I was in the oil field. I mean, blatant. They hated me. Shoot the bird when I'd ride down the road to get to the house. I'm serious.
Wow.
I didn't knew I was from Louisiana because the truck had a Louisiana license plate on it. But we doing something. Y'all want to come over? No. We finally I made a big pot of gumbo one night, and the house we were renting was connected to 4 backyards, and they were all outside. So my wife went out there and brought each of them a plate of gumbo. We were best friends after that. Best friends. Hey, y'all doing something this weekend? Yeah, we going over here. Oh, because Danny was going to cook. Yeah, well, we just changed our plans. We'll be there.
Oh, Lord, man. That's cool.
I still want to try crawfish sometime. I ain't never had that.
Sheena still likes it. I could do with or without it. I mean, I'll eat a little bit of it. I get tired of peeling it. So, but the deal with her, when we get a sack of crawfish to eat, we'll boil them here. We get a sack of crawfish to eat, and then we get a sack of crawfish to peel. So after we eat, we got to sit down and peel all the crawfish to put them in the freezer. Keep the tails.
Oh, man.
Shreveport, that's Yankeeville. Everything north of I-10's a Yankee farming life.
What? You said Freeport? That's Long Island, isn't it? No, it's a
Shreveport, Louisiana. It's all the way up on the Arkansas. It's kind of Arkansas, Texas. They call it the Texarkana spot. At the top corner. They watch the Dallas Cowboys, so it's not Louisiana.
You said that was like Yankees. Anything past the Dixie line is Yankee. I heard.
No, it's a joke because with the Cajuns, the Cajuns settled in the Acadiana area. Over the years, it's grown. They got Cajun all over the place, Cajun people. but there's a defining area you can on some maps. You know, it'll show like the Acadiana area, and basically, if you can watch the local Channel 10 area, is called the Acadiana channel. If you could catch it, you know, people's like, "Well, you're Cajun," you know, and people are like, "Oh, I can catch Channel 10, so I'm Cajun." But you know, it's a joke. Is you know, everybody north of I-10, they cook about the same as us and everything, but we like, oh no, y'all north of I-10, y'all Yankees. Everything north of I-10, which is probably 60 miles from here. It's not very far, you know, and I'm 4 miles from the water, so it really condenses the area. We said, you know, we'll tell them, oh, you know, Lake Charles is East Texas, you know, and New Orleans is Western Mississippi. You know, it's just a little home right here, you know, that's Louisiana. I didn't hear what you said.
Was that a river house?
We call it a bayou next to the house.
Oh, bayou.
A bayou. A bayou or a coulee.
Okay. Do you have issues there?
Say again?
Do you have alligator issues there? Gator issues?
We usually have small alligators, which it doesn't bother us. You know, they'll be from a foot to 3 feet long, and we'll leave them in there. They'll clean out the turtle population. You know, turtles will get pretty big in there during the right around crawfish season, because we keep all the crawfish in a pot as we peel them, and then my little boy sits on the back and he throws it like he's feeding fish. You know, he throws a couple pieces here and there, and the turtles will eat all that. But about a year ago, we ended up, after one of the storms, we had about a 10, 12-foot alligator that came in the bayou. I was actually doing a walk around from some work I was doing in the video, and I was walking next to the bayou while I was talking, and something caught my eye. I thought it was a stump floating in the water, and then I turned around and looked, and it's like scared the hell out of me. It was a big alligator head.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, Eric, is it cold where you at, Eric?
What's that?
Yeah, is it getting cold?
It ain't too bad. We had an early frost about 2 weeks earlier than normal. But it's like 70s right now. It's actually perfect weather. Feels good. Except for this wind's just kicking it. Man, I don't know. That gust took my laptop away just a second ago.
So it's nice. I thought I was going to cook ravioli. Ravioli.
Eric, pause your mic for a minute.
Yeah.
Say again, Mr. Homer?
Yeah, the wife came home, so I was supposed to be cooking her dinner, ravioli and some salmon with crab stuffing.
Oh, you better get started.
Yeah, I mean, it's already prepared. It's just like I go prepare it. It's only going to take about an hour worth of work. So, guys, nice talking to you guys. I'll catch you up later. So, I don't know where your next live is, but me going here because she done came in and I'm still sitting out here.
Happy wife, happy life. There ain't nothing as happy husband.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, guys. Take care. Enjoy. Stay safe out there, guys.
We enjoyed it, Mr. Homer. Thank you. Have a great evening.
Gotcha.
All right. Okay, Eric, you should be able to turn it back on.
Yeah, that wind started whipping again.
Hitting that microphone.
Yeah. Now it calmed down. Then it'll pick back up.
Farming Life, I'm actually not on Facebook. I do have an old channel from when I had my the other name on the YouTube, Growing Grass, and I still check it from time to time, but once I'm finished getting all my projects and everything and ready to promote the vegetables I have, I'll be starting it back up. Right now, it's Growing Grass Hobby Farms on Facebook. You can look me up on there. It's got a little cartoon caricature. We went in the 60s this morning. It was so nice. I walked outside, I even put on a long sleeve shirt.
Nah. 60s, man, people up here would be still in short sleeves.
We went to Ohio a few years back for a funeral for my wife, and it was right before Thanksgiving. It was like 28 degrees. I was outside in a muscle shirt and shorts, with flip flops. Everybody else is walking around with big old jackets and everything. 28 degrees up there feels great. I'd rather be in 15 degrees up there than 30 degrees over here.
Oh yeah, that
The humidity in the air, it just makes everything hurt so bad.
chills you to the bone, don't it?
Yeah, you know, the wind will be blowing my beard. My beard will just start dripping from the humidity. You know, but yeah, I tell you what, those 0 degrees suck. I was lucky enough to work in 4 days straight of never got above 0 in Ohio. That's not for me.
Hold on, let's about to get when.
Oh.
It's gusty. 1 minute it's kind of calm, then the next here come a big gust.
Yeah.
And sure enough, leaves off. What's that?
I say we'll give it about another 15, 20 minutes, and I'm going to have to get back to work.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to Saturday or Sunday go out and start picking up the horse poop and the wood shavings, so I can start filling in my raised beds.
It's been a pretty good stream, though. You know, we've been on for looks like 2 hours.
2 hours and 1 minute. It's been talkative.
Yeah.
It's nice when you got a couple other people on.
Yeah, because it sucks if you're just by yourself and you're trying to think of stuff to say, and I'm not that talkative a person.
You've been doing pretty good today. You say that all the time, but you've been pretty good today. Don't laugh. It's not funny.
You bring it out of me.
It's easy. I mean, it's you're just visiting with friends. I don't know how it's going to work after. Woo-hoo. Kids go back to school tomorrow.
Can you hear that wind?
Oh, yeah. To me, it wasn't affecting my side of it. I don't know if it was affecting you when I would talk earlier. But if Mr. Homer was on, the wind was cutting him out quite a bit.
I wonder why.
Not sure.
Your daughter's wearing her shirt.
Have a great afternoon, guy. Foreman life.
Yep, bye, Eric. Yeah. He's in Eric also.
He, Pennsylvania.
Yep. I've been following him for a long time. He's always busy doing something.
Yeah, he is. I watch his videos. Somebody that works hard like that, it's like, man, leave him a comment, then he got to stop and holler back at me or something, and I just leave a thumbs up. It's a beautiful country up there where he's at too.
Yeah.
Oh, you see Root in the back? He's being good right now. There's the animal. But yeah, I got a few plants, Eric. Tonight after it gets dark, I'll be bringing in the pond liner and starting to put down a few of the putting the pond liner down to where I can so I can start the grow tent. I want to put a pond liner down that way if we water too much in the pots, that they don't saturate into the floor. Yeah,
that's a good idea.
You want some more milk? I'll be right back.
Okay.
He's gonna go ask his sister. If not, I'll put in some. But yeah, I got all that. I got a whole bunch of pond liner extra that I was gonna use for another job. So I'm just gonna use the pond liner, put it underneath, wrap it around the 2x4s that I'm framing out the bottom with, set everything in there. That way it'll if we overwater, we'll be able to.
I got's got a liner in it as well as a floor.
Okay, cool.
That you can pull out and wash out if something happens. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. You need to do a little bit more of how the grow tent is. I've seen a lot of grow tents. I've never seen a grow tent. People show what they're growing inside of it, but I don't really have a whole bunch of idea.
Daddy, mine wants the chicken back.
Going tonight.
Tonight.
Don't have a whole idea of how, I didn't know they had a bottom on. I thought it was more, that went down to the sides and stuff like that.
Dang, I wish it was quit whipping this land. It took about 10 minutes to put it together. It just snapped together poles, man, and then just with the top of it. That's all it is. Simple.
Well, I got a picture window in a dining room that has a bench. I'm going to pull the bench out. All the bench is like a sheet of plywood that's nailed to the wall, and then they got a piece on the top of it with a half-ass foam padding on it. So I'm going to take it out, and I'm going to put all the plants right there up at the picture window. They won't get a whole bunch of light, but they will get some natural light.
Ooh.
Anybody want to know about the fun and excitement of the hurricane? Yay. I've never felt this house move until that hurricane that just passed. It's like we'd get accustomed and the house was, you could feel it. We had one house down the road. We passed in the front of it, and I told we went to get some gas for the generator, and I told Sheena, I said, "Man, that house looks funny," and I'm losing it. So I'm looking at it, I said, "That house looks funny." I said, when we passed on the side of it, I said, "That's why it looks funny." It was also 4-foot piers, and the wind blew and pushed it over on the piers.
Oh, dang.
On the ground. Yeah. The hurricane wasn't that bad. It hit earlier than the previous Linda, I think it was, did. So I was up for a lot more of it, and it was still during the day. I did get nervous about the greenhouse, being out there with it shaking and flapping. I didn't with the first hurricane. I didn't go outside besides standing on the front porch or in the garage when it was dark outside. This one I went around a little bit more and walked around. So I did hear a lot more creaks and cracks than I did on the first one. I'm not gonna say it was scary, but it's been a long time since I've been through one. Probably 15, 18 years since I've rode out a hurricane anymore. A decent one. We didn't get anything, even though the previous one was larger and hit at the same place. We got a lot more wind effect off of this one than we did off the other one. 13 inches of rain in, I think it's 26 hours, that said earlier. 13 inches of rain. We got electricity back on yesterday around 11. We've been off of it since 4:30 Friday afternoon. But the generator worked great. The setup that we did with it worked amazing. We didn't have extension cords dragged out all over the home like we did for the first one. The two air conditioners worked amazing. I couldn't figure. I was cussing the window unit I have for the living room. I was cussing at it. Like, man, this thing ain't putting out blowing air. It ain't blowing cold. Fussing. Well, start reading the instructions. The remote control is sitting right here on my desk, and the remote control is actually the sensor for the air conditioner. So it was reading, 70 degrees sitting on the desk, and it was 80 degrees 10 feet. Yeah. I actually have 3 generators. One's broken right now. It's an electrical issue that's not opening the fuel to the carburetor. I have a smaller one that my daughter uses for a storm. She uses it to run a couple fans and her refrigerator and her freezer, and then I got my big one. So it did come in real handy. I bought it, the one I have now. I bought it because I was upset because my other big one broke, and I wasn't told about it. So I just got mad and went to Lowe's, and that was the only one they had. We had been saving for a new one, but that's not what we wanted. We wanted a smaller one, but I'm glad we did get that one. We actually ran my house, everything we had. We had a 8,000 BTU, excuse me, 12,000 BTU air conditioner, two of them, 8,000 and 12,000 BTU air conditioner. We had a freezer, the refrigerator, the stove, which is a gas stove. It just uses the electricity to light it. But the TV in the living room, the TV in the bedroom, coffee pot, everything we needed, short of the washing machine and dryer, we had running on it, and it wouldn't hardly make a bit of difference when something would kick on. Then we ran an extension cord to my neighbor's place, and he was running his refrigerator, his freezer, and a couple fans over there. He didn't want to run a window unit.
Hey, Danny, I'm not too far from getting off here. I'm starting to hurt pretty bad sitting out.
We'll go ahead and shut it down right now, man. Head outside and get some work done.
All right.
Thank you, Eric, for visiting and getting this tried out. It's amazing. It's going to be fun. We'll be able to do this again for sure. Next time we'll do it up in yours so that we can get you some watch time going since you're over 1,000 already.
Yeah.
Everybody that's still here, thank y'all for sticking with us. We didn't really have a. Go ahead, Eric.
I was just telling everybody take care.
Yeah, we didn't really have a plan on what we wanted to talk about. We wasn't really planning on staying this long on it. We ended up having great conversation. Thank y'all for sticking around. Thank you, Eric.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right, y'all have a good one. South Louisiana boy, you gotta love it. Don't grow that later. Say, comment ça va, YouTube, Eric?
Comment ça va, YouTube?
There you go. Later, y'all.